Hey there, and welcome to my office. While teaching you guys how to make a TikTok video, I wanted to come home in my natural environment so I could show you how I literally create content every day. Now let's talk about creating a TikTok video from start to finish. So let's begin. So I like to keep ideas for TikTok in my notes app on my iPhone. It's really simple, going on a walk or laying in bed or, watching TV and something pops into my brain, I just write it down in my notes app. So that whenever I sit down to create content, I can just go to my notes app and see an idea and make it right there. A lot of people tend to plan their content out and maybe batch it all in one day, but my style is more just to make little casual videos throughout the day. They come off more authentic and candid, and that's just more of what my account is. Now, in my opinion, there are two different types of TikTok content: original content and sound-based content. My account is mainly original content, so I give advice or I give job interview tips, but I do occasionally participate in the meme or dance trend. So I'm going to give you an example of both types of content so you can see what I'm talking about and how you can do it. So let's take this script that I created. It's 3 tips for aspiring screenwriters. So this is a great example of original content. This is content that I wrote and came from my brain. These are tips that I'm personally giving and audio that I'm creating myself. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is make sure that there is a good hook. Typically, best practices are to include the word "you" in the first 3 seconds of a video. So have you heard of, did you know about, have you ever seen this? So here I wrote, do you want to write scripts for movies and TV shows? And then I went on to give 3 tips for anybody who is an aspiring screenwriter. So now I'm going to go to my TikTok app and I'm going to open up the camera. Hi. So something that a lot of TikTokers tend to do is use a ring light. I use this occasionally, but I actually love to just prop my phone up on something. It just kind of adds something to my voice and I think makes it a little bit louder, and people really like it. It's kind of one of my signatures, and a lot of people don't know that I do this, so you guys are getting the lowdown right now. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I would create this video. So the first thing I'll do is take it over to 60 seconds, and then this is typically what I do. I just go over to my notes app and I just go back and forth. So my first line is, do you want to write scripts for movies and TV shows? Here are 3 things you can do right now to work towards that goal. So right now I'm setting the video up to educate a desired audience. This is a niche group. Most of my TikTok followers follow me for career advice, but I really love giving advice about the film industry. I love kind of breaking those gates down and demystifying the industry. So this is content that I really love. I don't expect this video to go crazy viral, but it will be very helpful to a small audience. Do you want to write scripts for movies and TV shows? And then I'm going to go up here. Yeah, like that. Here are 3 things you can do. Here are 3 things you can do today to start working towards that goal. And now I'm going to green screen effect, my first visual aid. I just pulled these photos off of Google and put them in a little photo background. I like to rehearse before I say it. So now I'm going to say, number 1, watch lots of films and read their scripts to see how it was translated to film. And then I'm going to show an example of a specific website because I like to show tangible resources for people. I don't like to keep things vague. Number 1, read a lot of scripts and watch a lot of movies. A great online resource for reading scripts for free is IMSDB. Read the scripts while you're watching the film and take note. So read the scripts while you're watching the film and take note. So watch a film and read the corresponding script and take note. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to point number 2. Number 2, read this book, Save the Cat. Professional screenwriters everywhere love this book, and they'll definitely recommend it to you. Also, if you don't like to actually read, you can download it on Audible and listen to it. And now I'm going to move on to my 3rd point, which is to listen to podcasts. I'm a huge podcast fan. And number 3 is to listen to... I speak really quickly, so I mess up a lot. Because I try to speak quickly. People like that about my videos. I get right to the point. Let's try this again. Number 3 is to listen to podcasts that interview screenwriters. Listen to them while you commute or do your laundry or do the dishes. You can find them on the podcast app, on Spotify, and they are invaluable resources. And then What I do at the end of all my videos is I typically just have a call to action. You'll see this with a lot of, more popular creators. A lot of them have this kind of sign off. I just say follow for more, because that's all it is, just follow for more. So drop any questions in the comments and follow for more. So now I'm gonna watch it back. Okay, so everything's looking pretty good. So now I'm going to head into the editing phase where I add music and text and all those fun things. So I'm gonna show you how to do that now. So now I'm gonna pick the music, and I love this track for just kind of like lighthearted informational videos. And I'll turn that down to like 8 or 9 maybe a little less. And then turn my original sound all the way up to 200. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and add text in. So this is how I do it. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is go in and add my title card, and then the rest of it I'm just gonna have as auto-generated captions. And then I like to add some emojis. This is how I do it. This is not how you have to do it. Just pulling back the curtain a little bit. And what did I say?
Responding script and take note. Do you want to write scripts for movies and TV shows? Here are 3 things you can do today to start working towards that goal. Number 1, read a lot of scripts and watch a lot of movies. A great online resource for reading scripts for free is IMSDb. So watch a film and read the corresponding script and take note. Number 2, read this book, Save the Cat. Professional screenwriters everywhere love this book, and they'll definitely recommend it to you. I've read it twice and it's taught me so much. Also, if you don't like to actually read, you can...
That's how you change duration. And again, if I'm moving too quickly right now and you're like, wait, Erin, I can't slow down, go back and watch my first class, because I talk about in detail how to do all these little technical things in the app. But right now I'm just showing you how I do it, and you can learn from that. And if you really need a step-by-step process, go watch my first class. I strongly recommend that.
Number 1, read a lot of scripts and watch a lot of movies. A great online resource for reading scripts for free is IMSD.
So now I'm going to go in and add auto-generated captions. This is something that TikTok added recently, and they're not perfect. So you usually have to go in and edit them quite a bit. So this is actually the most time-consuming part of creating a TikTok. So I'm going to delete this first one since I already wrote that. And then delete that. As you see, it has a lot of typos. You have to go through and fix all those typos. So now that I'm done editing, people always ask me, Erin, you're a video editor, why are you editing on your phone? The answer is that it's just easier to edit in app, and it also gives the app more metadata about my video. So I personally just like to edit in app. I think it's a lot faster, things look more TikTok, they feel more authentic because they are more authentic, and it really is just a lot easier at the end of the day. I do edit some TikToks in Premiere, but for the most part, it's just easier to do it like this. So for my caption, I like to write something pretty engaging, like, where are my screenwriters at? Or like, this is the best advice ever, or is there anything you'd add? Something that kind of like engages commenting. So I'm gonna write, where are all my aspiring screenwriters? So now that I showed you how to do an original video, let's talk about how to do a sound-based video. So as you're scrolling TikTok and you're saving sounds, you go up to your favorite tab, go over to your sounds, and click the sound that you want to use. So I want to use this sound. So it's a really short sound. In the beginning, people are clapping, and then people are like, ooh, at the end. So usually the beginning is something good, and then the ending is something bad. And I thought this would be really funny to do with, that feeling when you think, I'm going to start looking for a new job, I'm going to find a new job, I'm going to start applying, but then you remember you have to update your resume. So I was thinking about doing it with that little meme, It's right in my niche, and I think that people will find it really funny. It's a really short video, it's only 5 seconds long, and TikTok really puts a lot of value on rewatch time, so creating shorter videos is always just a good idea. So I'm going to do my typical lean it up against my mug. Nothing fancy going on here. And so what's important is that I selected my sound first, so TikTok is not going to capture any of my audio. Look. You see? So all I need to do is mouth the words or mouth the meme or act it out, and it's very simple and easy. And maybe I'll even use like a zoom in effect or something here. Like this. Okay, so now I'm going to set my timer and let the countdown happen. And now I'm going to record the second part. I'll just be like this. Okay, and so that works. I'm going to add my text now, so I'll write like, thinking about getting a new job. I'll set the duration. Remembering I have to update my resume. And so that's it. Super simple, guys. These videos always do really well for me, so it's always the ones that have the least amount of work that perform the best. That's just what I found from my account, but TikTok is wild. So now I like to add this filter. And then for the caption, for these sets of videos, I like to just do like little funny captions, so kind of like the cry emoji, you know, and just like, you know, I might do like a career advice hashtag or something like that. But for me, like, this is more of just a funny one-off, and it either will perform or it won't, and that's kind of just how the game is played. So I'll add that to my playlist, and then I will save that in my drafts. And that is truly how I create TikToks. I do that 1 to 5 times a day. You know, it takes a few minutes, and you never know, that video could get 2 million views, or it could get 2. So you just never really know what's gonna happen. So now let's go back to the studio and look at some case studies.